I'm getting blood. Ik krijg bloed. Your mind has opened up the blood web. Last night I got out of the fog in a manner of speaking. I arrived in a pocket of tranquility where the monster was nowhere to be seen. I stopped running and was immediately filled with a strange calmness. I lay down near the bonfire, closed my eyes for the first time in what seemed like days. After long, deep breaths, I plunged into what I first thought was the darkness of a dreamless sleep. And then I saw it. The blood web, a space between reality and abstraction. There's no sleep here, only torment. Even my own mind is shared and bent at the entity's will. Benedict Baker's Journal, November 1869. 96. I'm sorry, it is not 69. It is November 1896. I also lived through this. Well, go. You're always awoken by people outside. Like you have to wake up early. There is no sleeping until you're fully, vitalized. It is a while ago, but like always know someone knocking on your door. You feel tired all day, and all of a sudden in the night, you feel awake. You try to do things during the day, but you're just too sleepy, and your focus is just there's no focus. Now I do have focus, but back then I didn't. Someone always knocking at the door, asking you to do tasks that you are too drained to do. Um, and always in that time, when someone asked me to be on appointment, always said like, yes, I want to because I want to better my life. But then for some reason, this thing, let's call it the entity kept me awake the night before and made me, kept me awake the night before. So then I had always, when this person came to my door to say it's ready to go to the appointment, I always had to say, no, I've been awake all day. Now I have to sleep until 4 in the evening. So this is also something I experienced. Can I read it again? I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah, I can read it again. Okay, I can't. Later I can. I'm gonna keep reading this because this is actually something that happened a lot to me. But now in the last couple of times, it isn't really happening. And yeah. Woohoo! Oh, can I do something with this? What is this? Oh, oh. But there's so many things about this entity. Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 2, they also talk about an entity, and it felt like I went to that movie in the cinema. And so yeah, I see it in multiple places, and this perfectly describes what I've been going through. So it either has something to do with me, which I think it has. Everything has a little bit to do with me lately. If he comes up, I'm going down. It's time to go down. For generator. For generator! Uh, oh, what to do now? Uh-oh. Okay. There's someone over there. Oh, there's the generator. Coming. Oh, fuck. Hide. There it is. Okay, now I'm going where we just came from. Okay, just go there. That is not a good idea. Okay, good. Okay, run. Run. Hide there. Here comes the other. Where are the generators? Oh, there he comes. Let's see how much my intuition is correct, because he must come by here in a couple seconds, right? Is that where he is? Okay. Let's help them. I don't want a sort of like kill-death ratio on my intuition that, you know, by luck has a higher one or a lower one. I want to find a way to really have a good intuition. Well, that's one generator. Now there's two more to go, and I beat my daily goal. Whoa! No, I'm hiding in here. You can't find me. It's a problem. Okay, you can. I will try to fight one time. But in real life, if the entity is looking at you, better to do nothing. But what the entity also does is it deactivates your bodily functions. Oh! Then annoys you in your own body. That's also what the entity does. So sometimes doing nothing is also not. You know, you have to activate your body in some way. I recently learned that I have to eat 5 times as much as I thought I would. I thought I would save money by just eating a little bit. But now, I just watched SpongeBob, and he is like, Krabby Patties. So I just went to the McDonald's and just ate 4 burgers, 4 cheeseburgers. And then I really discovered how little I was actually eating, just to save some money. And that is how I sort of like defeated this entity controlling my tired body and just, I don't know, just moving my blood around in annoying ways. Also, what he does is, let's say I'm trying to do the dishes, right? That he tries to take my focus away, where he tries to make me bored. Sometimes I try to watch something, and he makes me yawn very quickly. I'm reading something, and then I'm like, the first alinea makes me yawn. The entity makes me yawn. I'm like, no. I just sort of like argue with him. I said like, no, I'm not done yet. I need to read more. I want to read this whole paper. He makes me yawn. It's like, oh, it's so annoying. Ah, you missed. You can't take me off. But I will find a way so that you cannot hit me. People in the world always think that when you say like, oh, oh. No, this is literally something that has to do with Christian God. Is that when you say something, and you say like, God, you fucking moron. He has this childish tendency to, you know, to maybe like make part of your ear explode or something. To give you a little sting somewhere. That's when someone's very annoying. Because if you say to him like, victory is mine, then you just say things like, victory is mine. And you literally look at the Bible and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why does Job ask questions this way? And like in the verse of Job, you're like God, how does this make sense? Like you, like when God answers Job, Job is literally like, oh yeah, of course. You know, he doesn't say like, hey, but God, you gave an answer, but you didn't answer my question. But Job sort of looks like God, like it's like, yeah, he talks in such a mysterious manner that I will not doubt what he told me, but I was distracted by what God is telling me. So I would start to wonder, and at the same time, I'm learning the way that God speaks to me, and I am, while ignoring that my questions were not answered, I'm trying to speak God's language to him back. Like if God asks a question, or some kind of riddle or something. And you have to also like keep in mind there's words that say like the roots on our feet or something. I'm like, what? We are not trees. But okay. So then Job tries to answer God in sort of the way that God is speaking to him, while also ignoring all the parts that God ignores his question. And Job just asks, God, hast thou forsaken me or something? And how come that all these questions I have for you then um, God answers in a very mysterious manner that is very hard to understand. But Job just keeps answering in some kind of way that maybe God would like him to talk to him, because that is sort of like how God talks. It's very, yeah, that is what I have with when I read the Bible. Like all these unanswered questions that just get answered in mystery and then not really answered. Okay, I'll go right to that killer. Let's just say, okay, I'll hunt the killer. I smashed so many, the song that always goes with the Born Identity and stuff, like Streamways, da da da. And then he says, I broke everything new again, everything that I own. That is like sort of when I had like the Bible God. Especially it came clear to me when I read the verse of Job. How, yeah, what I just talked about. So I smashed a screen. I totally destroyed it, like a 400 euro screen. All these things. But I was starting to question God on the things he didn't answer. And I was like, how does this make sense? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. This Job guy is pretty stupid how he just doesn't answer. He's just okay with God not answering him. Like, how does he not see this? And I read the Bible, I see exactly when Job gives up on holding on to his points that are ultimately not getting satisfactorily answered. You can literally like see, if you read Job, where this whole verse falls apart, because Job just goes along with how God tries to dodge his questions. Job is to everything that God says. He's just like, yeah, I just follow your story. I end up at some place that I totally don't understand, and I'll just be like, what a tree of wisdom. So yeah, that is my that's my review of the Job verse in the Bible. I feel like Moses when I'm walking. I'm just talking about the Bible, and I have been untouched by any killer. No, you can't do this. I am Moses. Let me go at once. Okay, just hang. No, no.